When I bought my dream restaurant, I felt like the world had finally opened its doors for me. I had spent years working double shifts, saving every rupee, imagining the day I would see my own name shining above a doorway. The moment the keys touched my palm, I cried. What I didn't expect was my husband's reaction. Instead of congratulating me or hugging me, he stood there frozen, staring at the signboard as if it insulted him. Then he said words that shattered my excitement instantly. "My mom deserves it, not you." Those words echoed in my ears like a curse, turning my joy into confusion. I stared at him, unsure if I had heard correctly. His mother had always disapproved of my career. She said women should stay home, cook, and serve their husbands. She believed restaurants and investments were men's work. So why would he say she deserved my dream? He crossed his arms, annoyed at my silence, and repeated himself with more arrogance, as if clarifying a simple fact: you wouldn't have anything without her guidance. She should be the owner. I felt my breath tighten. I had worked for this alone, no loans, no favors, no help. When we went home that night, he called his mother and told her everything. She came over early the next morning, wearing the same smug smile she always used whenever she felt she had gained control. "So you finally understood," she said, sitting on my sofa like it was hers. A daughter-in-law should not build an empire while the mother sits with nothing. "Give it to me. I will run it." Her demand was not surprising, but hearing it out loud felt like someone had slapped me. I calmly told her the truth, that the restaurant was mine. That I had dreamed it before marriage. That I had paid every penny myself. Her expression changed instantly. The smile dropped, replaced by irritation. "A woman's success is her husband's honor," she said sharply. "If you succeed alone, people will say he depends on you. Do you want to humiliate him?" My husband nodded like a puppet. In that moment, I understood, they were not fighting for the restaurant. They were fighting for control over my life. The next week was miserable. My husband ignored me, barely speaking unless it benefited him. His mother visited every day, giving orders, telling me how furniture should be arranged, where the stove should be placed, and even what recipes to remove. I stood quietly, refusing to argue, because I knew something they didn't: ownership papers don't lie. They could talk, demand, insult, but they couldn't take away what I legally held. One afternoon, while I was setting up the kitchen at the restaurant, my husband barged in with his mother behind him. He slammed a document on the counter and said, "Sign this transfer. If you love this family, give the restaurant to Mom." His mother added, "Otherwise you will lose your marriage." My hands trembled, not from fear, but from disbelief. Was my dream worth so little to them? Or was I worth so little? I refused. They accused me of being selfish, ungrateful, disrespectful. But I didn't bend. Instead, I told them both to leave. It was the first time I had ever spoken to them with such firmness. They stormed out, promising I would regret it. I locked the door, sank to the floor, and cried, not because of their threats, but because I had finally admitted to myself that I had married a man who never wanted me to rise. When the restaurant opened, customers poured in. Friends, neighbors, and even strangers came to support me. My staff stood proudly by my side. My food, my hard work, my vision, everything was finally alive. I felt like I was breathing for the first time. But my husband and his mother didn't stop. They spread rumors that I stole money from them, that they built the business and I betrayed them. Some people believed them, others didn't. One evening, they showed up again, this time with relatives. They entered the restaurant loudly, creating a scene, telling everyone that I had ruined the family's honor. I stood behind the counter silently, watching them act as if the restaurant was already theirs. But instead of reacting emotionally, I calmly pulled out the ownership papers and placed them on the table. The relatives inspected the papers. Their faces changed as they realized the truth: everything was in my name. I could see my husband's confidence crumble. His mother tried to snatch the documents away, but an uncle stopped her. "You both should be ashamed," he said. "She built this herself. Why do you want to steal her hard work?" For the first time, they were exposed. After that confrontation, my husband stopped coming home for days. I was relieved. When he finally returned, he didn't apologize. Instead, he said coldly, "If you don't give the restaurant to my mother, we cannot stay together." It wasn't a threat. It was an ultimatum. I looked at him carefully, realizing that this man never loved me, he loved the idea of controlling me. I packed his bag and gave it to him. He stared at me, shocked. "You're choosing a building over your marriage," he shouted. I shook my head. "I'm choosing myself." He left angrily, slamming the door. And for the first time, the silence in the house felt peaceful, not lonely. Days passed. The restaurant flourished. Customers loved the food, and word spread quickly. I got an interview request from a local TV channel. When the interview aired, people admired my journey. Many women came to me saying I inspired them to chase their dreams despite pressure from in-laws. I felt proud, but not for being successful. I felt proud for being free. My husband eventually returned, pretending to be changed, begging for another chance. But it was too late. His apologies were not sincere, they were desperate. He realized he had lost control, not love. His mother waited outside, glaring at me, still believing I owed her something. I simply said, "The door to my life is closed. Please don't knock again." Today, when I walk into my restaurant, I feel powerful. The sign with my name shines brighter than ever. I serve customers with a smile, not because everything is perfect, but because I finally own my life. My dream didn't just give me a career, it saved me from a marriage that wanted to crush me. And every night, before I close, I whisper to myself, "This is mine. I earned it, and no one will ever take it away again." Subscribe to this channel and like it, thank you.